Okay, rental worksheets. Today's demo is specifically about doing a scenario with rental worksheets. We're going to use a non-subject property rental to do the deed. To get started, in 2021, if you recall, if you've been following our webinars, Sally and Bob have been doing refinances independently for almost a year. So every demo we use Sally or we use Bob, but they've met. They finally met during COVID, and now they are together. They're happily together. And guess what? Now I'm building the scenario for you here. So they're living together in a house, but they're looking to purchase a condo. They actually prefer to downsize a little bit, move to a condo, but they don't want to give up their home. They want to keep it. They want to rent it out, and at fair market rent, which is fair. Now, they do have a few liabilities. That's okay. But they also own an existing rental property together. So that's really the scenario. I think it's a real life scenario. People always, they have an existing purchase. They have a home and they want to downgrade. But they don't want to lose their house. They just want to rent it out. So let's see how we can help Sally and Bob. Okay. So let's start entering this information in. And it's very easy. I'm going to do it very slow for you, but in reality, you can just bulldoze it through it very quickly and put in all the information. And then, of course, the wizard is one way to put it in. You can later on edit everything as well. So let's start new, Pre-Qual 2. Gives you a little bit of an introduction of what it is. So they're looking to purchase in Toronto. These actually are previous searches, but I just want to show you how it looks. So as you type in, you just select the first one here, which is Toronto. At this point, we've pulled information about Toronto: condo fees, property taxes, mill rates, heat expenses, average condo fees, actually. And it's super smart. If you were to put in a city that is not part of our system, it goes and fetches the property tax rates of a closest city that we do have property tax rates for, that matches the population of the city that you're looking at, which is, it's just genius. So let's move on. Are you a Canadian citizen? Yes. Are you a first-time home buyer? No. We know these guys have a property already. Are they buying a condo? Yes, they're buying a condo. Tap onto it. Do I want to rent out the condo? No, we want to live there. It's an RNOAC. And here's our total available funds, 345. Do you own other properties? Yes, we do. Okay. So this is literally designed for real life scenario. Let's move on to the next slide, which tells us property one. Okay, get started. Property one is in Toronto. I'll just select from one of these. It's worth $1 million. This way you can actually assess the LTV on the mortgage later. So this information comes to you instantly. What type of property is it? It's a house. And here's the question. What am I doing with it? Yes, well, we live there right now. This is currently. Yes, we do have a mortgage. And what is our mortgage value here? $600,000. And the rate is 3.54. And we're paying $3,200 for this. Okay, so 22 years and 8 months left in the AM. Can I add other mortgages? Yes. Can I add a HELOC? Absolutely. The Pre-Q2 supports multiple mortgages, second, third, fourth, also a single HELOC for each property. So let's go further. What are my expenses? Well, I have $6,000 property taxes and heat is $150. There's a button that says add other expenses. Just tap on it. Here we go. $150 for heat, and I'm paying home insurance $150. Okay, this is the question, and this question really is what do you plan in the future with this property? And it's really based on my answers from the beginning. You know, whether I'm living there with it's my second home, currently renting. So this is dynamic based on my responses initially. So what we want to do is we want to rent it out. So here's an answer here, rent it out. And what's the anticipated fair market rent? 3,600 monthly. That makes sense in Toronto. And now I can add other properties as well. So let's see what our property number 2 was. Okay, add new property. Let me do this a little bit faster, because you've seen all the screens. It's a house and it's fully rented. So I'm selecting this one here and I'm collecting 2,500. Okay. I'm going to add a mortgage of 300,000. Rate is 3.6. And I'm paying 2,500 monthly, 12 years and 5 months, correct? And that's all I had for in terms of debts. And I'm going to add in some rental expenses here, 3,600. Other expenses. So we don't have heat here because we're the landlord. We're not paying heat, but we do have home insurance, of course. 150 for home insurance, maintenance is 250, and management fees, roughly $300 a month. What do I want to do with this property in future? Well, I want to keep it, so I'm going to keep renting it. That's it. We got 2 properties that we just entered. Let's move on to the next. Do we have any debts? Yeah, we have a Visa. So we just add in Visa. And look how simple this is. Put in the balance, the limit. And we have a car lease as well. So let's call this one Tesla. This is a lease, yeah. It's $1,200 monthly. And I can change the frequency as well. Just wanted to show you that. Finish. No more debts. We're done. What's the next question? What's your employment status? Employed, of course. And here's the income question. 200. Oh, caught me there. 200 or 200,000. This is the gross annual income between Sally and Bob. And finally, their credits. Woo! This would have taken a lot of time to enter anywhere else if it wasn't on your phone. And here we are. This is our pre-qualified amount for Sally and Bob, $938,000. Okay. Now, I want to show you the good stuff now. Of course, you can create a report. Just tap on this button. But let's go in there and see what else we can do. So to access the advanced edit section, use the menu on top, or you can tap on any of these edits that are under each card. There's edit down payment here. There's advanced edit. This is the safest place. Menu, advanced edit. It's always there. So here we have tabs. Where we want to go today is we want to go to the properties tab. So right here. And we're going to click on configure very quickly. But before I jump in, I want to show you that you can tap on these properties and you can look at all the details again. You can make changes instantly as you wish. But today we're going to go into configure, and it obviously selected the best purchase power on top as our best scenario. Of course, you can look at other rental worksheets as well. And to really get this, I want to show you again what those numbers mean. Because the screen is small, we don't want to add any labels. So you just have to know what they are. So on top, obviously, this purchase price is the largest number. We got our surpluses. And if you see a negative number there, that means it's a deduction from income. You got your shortfalls across. And you have, yeah, that's the one that I mentioned with a negative income. And that's really it. So, and you can click on learn more. So let's just see what happens with ICICI. So ICICI, it looks like it's a negative income. So ICI deducts from income as opposed to adding it. Let's tap on learn more. Here we explain exactly how the rental worksheet works. All the little details. You can see that it deducts from shortfall, from income. What's interesting about ICI is that they have vacancy rates that are location specific. So the app already handles that. If you recall, we had a property in Toronto and a property in Vancouver. So our vacancy rates were different. And there's a little picture that fails to load, but there's supposed to be a picture of the rental worksheet. And that's about it. That's for all these lenders. There is, for example, CMLS. You can see the details here. And you can learn a little bit about the rental worksheets themselves. So let's look at ICI right now, 938, and let's just scroll down and see what would have happened if we were to complete the, let's say, the Scotia worksheet. We would have probably ended up with a shortfall, and this would have been our max purchase price in the pre-qual. You see the difference, right? It's huge. Different deals work differently on different lenders. So depending on the management fees, the insurance fees, all these lenders have their own little defaults in the lender worksheets. So we've reverse engineered all of them, and we continue to adding these rental worksheets, additional lenders, and keeping them up to date for you. Because honestly, completing a rental worksheet, even for us, is a nightmare. So we really, really enjoy doing this because it will help you speed up, help your clients, and move the work process over and make things faster. But let's create a report, shall we? I think this is going to be awesome. So let's go back. It's very simple. You can either use this export button in the top here, or you can just go to the main screen, the home page of the pre-qual, and create a report. It shows you a little preview of what it can look like. And all you do is just tap on share. You can share it anyhow you like. You can send it through text, mail, WhatsApp. You can even copy the link and paste it somewhere else. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do something fancy. I'm going to airdrop it from my phone onto my computer. And it's supposed to work seamlessly. There we go. Woo! That was awesome. Okay, this is the pre-qual report in full. And if anybody loads this link, I get notified at the same time. So here we have the different sections. We got the maximum purchase price, a little bit breakdowns of down payment, the mortgage. You've seen all these before. I just want to, just for completeness, here's all the payments. You can customize everything, by the way. You can set the rules. You can see the applicant info, qualification details, the liabilities. And here comes, for the first ever demo part, it shows you the existing property. So this one was the one in Toronto. Current occupancy, living. Future occupancy, it'll be a rental. So that's the one. Shows you all the liabilities of that purchase, of that property, and shows you the expenses next to it. Same thing with the other property. And there's always a QR code for your client to download your branded app at the bottom. Download PDF on top, branding. These are all clickable and tappable, and all is there for you. Let me just load this to show you the notification. There, report viewed, Ben Pre-Q. Of course, I want to change this title, call it Sally and Bob. So all I do is tap on this section, literally changes the scenario name, Sally and Bob. Because Bob is going to say, hey, I'm not Ben. I'm like, well, yeah, you're right. Save it. And then here should be updated. Sally and Bob. There is the report updated. I don't have to regenerate. I say, hey, just open up that link. What do you mean? It says Ben's Pre-Q. It says Bob. Anyhow. That was it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you, Nadine, for putting that link in there. Guys, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the Pre-Q, please work with Nadine. Depending on what brokerage you're part of, we have discounts, significant discounts. If you were to purchase it from the store, you would be paying a bit more because, as you know, there's the Apple tax. But if you purchase it directly from Nadine, you get a discount. Plus, if you're part of a large network that you already have an existing agreement in place, there's additional discount. Really want you to have this 2023 because I know this is going to be the next big bang for you. The pre-qual refi was great 2021. We're actually improving it for 2023 so that it still works with PLOCs and blended rates. But this is going to be the tool you're going to use the most. Speeds up and saves you time.